What is up, Kanto University? My name is PD1all, and welcome to the in-depth analysis of Route 20. For those unfamiliar with this concept, I'll be showing you every Pokemon you can find here, along with every item and trainer you can encounter. I won't be telling you about Pokemon you can find in previous areas, but I will show on screen their encounter rate as well as the video first covered them. First off, I'm going to cover the new Pokemon you can find in regular grass, first of which I'm going to start with Sunkern. And Sunkern and its evolution is pretty much useless. It's a very poor Pokemon with atrocious stats, an underwhelming move pool, and there are much better grass types out there. Honestly, just avoid it unless you need to complete your Pokedex. Second Pokemon is going to be Pidove, and it's nice having a flying type early on in the game, especially with the third gym being a bug type gym. But if you want to use this for the one factor of it being able to learn Fly, well, if you're patient, you'll be able to pick up a much better Pokemon for your team. I'll cover them in a later video. But it isn't a bad Pokemon if you do want to use it. And finally is going to be Sawaddle. And this is one of the few generic bug types where it actually isn't totally useless, as it makes for a pretty nice physical attacker with good speed. Avoid its weaknesses, pick your moveset wisely, and you may be able to make this work. In the dark grass, there'll be one additional Pokemon here, Venipede, and once again, it actually isn't all too bad. It doesn't have the highest total base stats, but what it does have, it can definitely make something good out of it, and can make the most of the best bug and poison attacks out there. If you're feeling daring, feel free to use it. In the rustling grass, there's going to be two Pokemon available. First will be Ordino, a Pokemon that you really should only use to grind experience throughout the game. It isn't really too useful for anything else. And the second Pokemon is going to be Dunsparce, who is even less effective as a team member. It really suffers with the lack of a second evolution, so avoid these two normal types for your team. There are much better Pokemon you can use. Throughout the multiple ways of encountering Pokemon underwater, you'll be able to encounter the Azurill family, and in-game, these aren't the best Pokemon you can encounter. They're quite frail, and competitively in lower tiers, you can get some real use out of them, but in-game, I can recommend much better water Pokemon that are coming up in later episodes. Now in the aftergame, during a swarm, and depending on which game you're playing, you can encounter either a Sudowoodo in Black 2 or a Mr. Mime in White 2. Sudowoodo isn't incredible, but can make an outstanding physical wall capable of giving physical hits, while Mr. Mime is the special equivalent, with great special stats and good speed. I recommend Mr. Mime over Sudowoodo, but at that point in the game, you may have your team already made. On screen now is going to be the items you'll be able to obtain on this route, and shortly after that, details about each trainer you can fight here. I'll simply let the music play over these, and I will return very shortly. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next up is going to be the Flossy Ranch. Coming very shortly. These videos will be a lot more frequent now on this channel. Feel free to subscribe to Kanto University, and a link to my channel will be in the description. I hope you enjoyed, and peace out.